Ah, there we go, everybody. Dan Monroe here on the set of my show once again, Evil Dragon Fire Theater. Just let you know a little bit about Evil Dragon Fire Theater if you haven't seen it before. These lights are extremely hot. All my weapons are real, swords are all real, everything's real on this show. Except my set. My set is not real at all. And of course I'm not a real pirate. Arr, but I sound like one at times, right? But everything on my set, as far as my weapons and everything, that's all real. My set itself is not real. This thing that you see up here, with the skull and the whole backdrop, is something that I totally made up in Photoshop. And a lot of the people that I'm doing this video specifically for, you've worked with Photoshop a lot, you know what it is, so I'm not going to go into explanations on how to use Photoshop to create something like this. You should know how to do it. It's all done with layers, of course, and all of my animations that you see in the show, even the animations where I'm in the shot myself or whatever, all done in Photoshop. I am going to show you a little bit about my green screen today because I've had some people ask once again how I do this, and it's quite simple. It's well, let me show you. It's a screen and it's green. It's really not much more you can say than that. You just have to make sure that your screen is green. It's all the same kind of green color. I don't know. This isn't even a screen. This is a piece of fabric that I bought at Walmart for like $10, you know. So you can do everything cheap and on the fly. And, you know, I have some little green thumbtacks that I use as my markers on the screen itself. And this is actually tacked up on the wall in my living room. So, you know, right now my living room is a mess with lights all over the place and everything, and driving my wife crazy probably, but you know, that's the life of an artist. That's kind of what we do. I think the real secret to green screen is the lighting. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights around me, shining both on the screen itself and on me. I have 4 of the lights are shining on the screen behind me, so I can try to take care of and not have too many shadows behind me. Because when you start having shadows, that really messes the whole system up. Okay. So I have my 150s and my 200s are shining on the screen itself. Okay. 150 watt and 200 watt light bulbs. There's 2 of each. Okay, and then on the front, in the front here, just shining solely on me, are 75 watt halogens. I'm using the halogens because they're a little bit cooler than the other lights, but at the same time they're giving me a good bright intensity on myself, and hopefully they're shining in a way where I'm not creating shadows behind me. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit about what I use to do my video editing in, and we'll go to that. This is Magic's Movie Edit Pro 14, and this is the editing software that I use. So I don't know how many people are, you know, use this software or what you are using, but this is what I use. And it's pretty easy setup. Pretty much what I do is I, you know, bring my green screen, my raw green screen into this, and up here in the corner you can see that little movie that you're making, and you can play it in this window up here as you're making it. And down here in this area, this is where you're setting up your shots, where all your files you're importing, where you can see those here in this area. Okay, where you see all your files. You can import from anything on your computer, from Photoshop or from your videos or whatever. And you import them in here, and basically it's set up just like Photoshop in a sense, because in Photoshop you're working with layers, you're building one layer upon another layer, and you're doing the same thing here. You're building one layer upon another layer. You'll see how I have my layers stacked down here, and that's pretty much how you're doing it there. What you want to do if you're doing green screen, you'll open up your video effects box, and it'll say green box, or white box, or blue box, I believe, or black box. Up to this point, I really haven't used blue box or black box at all, but I use mostly green box, and that is your green screen. They just call it a green box for whatever reason, I don't know, but that is what it is. But you can also do your animated GIFs in Photoshop, and you import those right into Magic's Movie Edit Pro. That's how I do my animations. Import them right in here and snap them into my movie that I'm making at the time. So, you know, it's not a difficult thing. I don't think there's any real mystery to it. You'll see a lot of videos on the internet, on YouTube or whatever, of these guys that are telling you that you need these, you know, huge lamps and things like that. You need a professional green screen and things like that. And it's just not true. Everything that I use to do my green screen effects with is probably $100 for all of the equipment altogether. Okay. Of course, you know, the camera costs a little bit more. If you can, you know, if you can see the camera that I'm using, it's not a video camera at all or anything. All it is a little digital camera. What kind is it? It's an XLM digital camera, and it's a 7.2 megapixel camera. That's all it is. Set up on a tripod with a guy that's, you know, daring enough to dress up like a pirate or dress up like any other character I want to dress up with, stand in front of a green screen, look stupid and silly for a little while, just for everybody else's amusement, so I can do something a little creative and amuse everybody a little bit. So that's basically all it is. You know, if you have any questions, you can always contact me. You know my profile here on the site. You can always contact me. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have or help you out in any way that I can. Even some video editing or things like that, I can do that for you as well. You know, and of course my commission bar is open also, so you can always commission me to do some of the you know, illustrations and artwork that I'm famous for. So, alright, thank you very much. Ahoy mates, have fun, use your imagination.